Got Duke Carolina again this weekend tomorrow. A little different feel than most years, but it is still Duke Carolina.
For sure, it is. It is. It is. Uh,
Uh,
you know, both teams are right there on the cusp of the NCAA tournament,
mm-hmm,
and this game is going to be big for both institutions. I guess just for the magnitude of making the NCAA tournament.
mm-hmm.
But it's like we've always said before, this is the best game in college basketball, regardless of the team scores, the records or whatever. This is the best rivalry in college basketball, so you have to be prepared for a great game. A great game. There's a lot on the table right here. A lot on the table.
Absolutely. All right, so kind of like what we did last time, we'll chat about our Duke Carolina games. This time, the games we played over at Carolina.
Right.
And since you are the home team, I'll let you go first with your freshman year.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know if you're gonna like all of this. It may go one way or the other. But my freshman year over in the Smith Center, we were fortunate enough to get a win.
Okay.
The score was 99-86.
Ooh, good grief.
Oh yeah, man, players, baby, yeah, players back, real players on both squads. It's big time basketball, and it was really a great game too because we had, you just had that game where the shot by
Mm-hmm.
that was earlier that preceded us in that thing. So it was a good thing to be able to get a win my freshman year in that rivalry because I knew how difficult the first win was over in Cameron. So
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it.
Yeah. So y'all got a sweep on us that year, huh?
Clean sweep, baby.
Oh my
Clean
goodness.
sweep. Clean sweep, right? Sweep.
All
Yeah,
right.
99-86, March 4th,
Mm.
1995. You was just beginning to, what I mean, play
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah. I was just learning how to get the ball to the rim about that time.
Right, right. So what do you have? What you have?
My freshman year, we got the sweep my freshman year. This was actually the first game, so this was the February game. We won 64-54.
Okay.
And I mean, you guys were at that point. That put you guys at 2-7 in the conference. So yeah, you weren't having the best year. And you actually had the lead in the second half at one point. But then, reality started to set in, and the better team won that night. We actually didn't shoot it all that well, but defense was our calling card. We out rebounded 58-44. Only had 8 turnovers, so good defensive game. Held you guys at 54 points. Got the dub.
Yeah,
Drove home.
it seems worth noting. That's quite interesting. Yeah, I ain't like the clean sweep though. I don't like that, Dre. I don't like
No, I felt the same way. I felt the same way when you said it.
that. I don't
I
like
mean
that.
that's got to be close to we won by 10 in this one, won by 30 something in the second. It's got to be close to the biggest margin over a single season ever.
Y'all won by 10.
Won by 10 in this one and 32 in the second one. I think it was. Yeah.
Well, it's somewhat. That could be a big margin. Oh no, we'll have to add up. We'll have to add up 98.
Yeah.
When we get to 98, we have to
Yeah.
98. So going back to Chapel Hill, my sophomore year, this was probably, this was a barn burner. right here. This was a barn burner. This is one of the games I do kind of, familiar. I'm familiar with. It was a back and forth game.
Mm-hmm.
It was Dante Calabria's last time that he would play. Well, it might not have been his last time. Yeah, it was going to be his last time playing Duke in Chapel Hill for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it was going back and forth, and we took like I don't know, maybe about 6-7 seconds left. Took a shot, ball comes off the rim. Dante Calabria taps the ball back in. Boom.
Got a rebound.
The Heels win, baby. The Heels win. 73-72. Heels win. Yeah. Dante snuck in there on you guys and grasped. I think he might have tipped it one hand too.
Man, the one hand tip.
Athleticism. One hand tip right back in there on you guys. Boom. And the crowd goes crazy.
Oh man.
Great win by the Heels. That was the first of another sweep.
Oh my goodness. Back-to-back sweeps? Y'all are killing us, man.
Yeah. Back-to-back sweeps.
All right. Sophomore year is not great for the Dukies. We lost pretty handily, 67-81. I think that was the year. 14. Yeah, 14, little 14 piece. Yeah. That was the year. This was the second game, and we had come back at Cameron from like 16 down. So you guys were out for revenge. And this was actually for the ACC regular season championship. So you guys got the dub in that one, won the ACC regular season championship. But it does have a happy ending because about a week or so later, we did play you guys in the ACC tournament championship.
Yeah.
In which we came out with the win. So didn't get the win in Chapel Hill, but got it in the tournament championship.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really happy that you brought that up. That means a lot to me. And so we go into my junior year. Now, my junior year, even my sophomore year, I was a little difficult for you guys. It was a little difficult for you guys. At home we get the 1 point win, and then we go to Cameron and we mess up senior night. I had a good old 20, I think 28, 29 in that one. But going back to Chapel Hill, my junior year, where I would be the starting point guard, it was really, really important that that make my mark on this game. It was important to get a mark on this game because at that point in time, March 2nd, 1997, you had the Duke Blue Devils, who were ranked 7th in the country, against the Tar Heels, who were ranked number 8 in the country. Yeah. And we went on ahead and beat y'all 91.
Oh my goodness,
man, 91-85. But it just showed you how much talent and how close those games were. 91-85. My junior year, and so at that point in time, I'm looking pretty good. I'm looking pretty good.
3-0 at Carolina.
Yeah, I'm 3-0 right there, Dre. I'm treading upward.
Yeah, you're going in the right direction. Absolutely.
But it was a good basketball game. And in Smith Center, Heels win. Dre.
All right. Win. So junior year, iconic, 85-84 Duke with ferocious comeback in the last 2 minutes which was headed by a one Austin Rivers 3-point shot at the buzzer.
I was at that game.
So yeah, pretty, it's a good one for us. 85-84, tough one.
That was
Yeah, that was huge for us. We were not the better team. You guys played better the whole game. Um, but yeah, last couple minutes we come back and looking at some stats here. You guys, this is crazy. You guys were 1 for 6 from the 3-point line, and we were 14 for 36 from the 3-point line. So we win the 3-point battle by 39 points.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's
that was big. But
yeah.
I remember you guys fouling Tyler, and he had to go shoot the free throws.
Mm-hmm.
And he missed that free throw. And when he missed that free throw, because I was sitting beside Scott Williams, who was my teammate at Carolina, who actually is Roy's son.
Mm-hmm.
And so, also having a background in playing in Europe, when we were in Europe, when I first got to Europe, I used to learn, they would tell me, foul him, foul the guy when he's driving to the basket on a fast break, foul him, so stop the fast break.
Yep.
And also games we were up 3, they would say foul. And I was like, what? And so I learned a different brand of basketball. And so when Tyler missed that free throw to seal the game, and you guys took off, because if I'm not mistaken, Plumlee was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Plumlee had just missed 2 free throws previously before Tyler missed a free throw. And Plumlee got the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got the rebound off the missed free throw, I said, foul it. I was foul. I said, foul it. So then they didn't foul, which is, coach was not going to foul. That's not what he practices. At that point in time, didn't practice. And I'm yelling, foul. And so then they get the ball to Austin, and then they dribbling the ball down the floor, whatever. And then I don't know if it was a screen. It was a screen first, and then, screened and got the switch with Tyler.
Yep.
Tyler, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked him down, and when he shot it, I said, game. And lo and behold, that ball went through, boom. And when it went through, and now everyone was so shocked. You can ask Coach about this.
Yeah.
Scott was on one side of me, and Rasheed was on the other side. And I said, game, ball hit the shot, boom, and then y'all ran on the floor. And so, so Coach K and Jeff walked down to shake hands, and our players were so startled and shook. They were just standing there looking at Coach K, and I had to scream, shake his hand, shake his hand. You know what I mean? Like, I had to snap them out of it.
Yeah.
The air had left the building.
Yeah.
And so, that was a big time play. Austin Rivers made, unfortunately, for us, and we lost that game. So
yeah, that was wild, man. Because I remember, like, we drew up 2 plays. We drew up a play if he made the free throw, we were down 3. We drew up a play if he missed it, we were down 2. And so he missed it. We ran the down 2 play. Austin was supposed to drive, get the switch and attack, but he obviously didn't do that. And if you watch it, you can see Seth is in the strong side corner, and he's like looking at the clock, and it's like, dude, you got to go. You got to do something. And I'm like top of the key, and it gets down to like 3, and I'm like, okay, it's he's not passionate at this point. And
right.
So, let's see what happens. And so he pulls it, and I'm at the top of the key, so I can see it perfectly. I'm like, oh, that looks really nice. and so sure enough, boom. And we just take off, and I don't think I've ever heard the Dean Dome that quiet, man. It was just like, the fans were just shocked, like, what just happened, because you guys were pretty much dominating the whole game. Like I mentioned earlier, you guys were the better team that year, and just were killing us. And it's one of those games where you don't really ever feel like it's in, like, you guys could lose probably, and then for it to happen like that, it just like it sucked the air out of the building. It's one of the biggest shots in that rivalry's history. So that was a fun night to be a part of that.
Yeah, it was tough watching it, but I just remember I remember like PJ Harrison just they were just standing there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Coach, hey, Coach, and Coach, they were just looking at him like, said, shake his hand, shake his hand, and then they snapped out of it and like good game. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but enough of that, enough of that, enough of that, enough of that.
Oh man.
So going into my senior year, after after being 3-0,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to most definitely make sure that I finished this thing off right. We want
Mm-hmm.
this thing out right now. This time, because it shows you, like I said before, how many talented guys were across Tobacco Road in that 6-mile radius.
Mm-hmm.
Duke comes to Dean E. Smith Center #1 in the country.
Mm-hmm. Was this 99?
This is 98.
Oh, 98. Okay.
This is 98. Duke comes to this is game 199 though. It's
Okay.
game 199. Duke comes in #1 in the country, and we are #2 in the country.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's, I mean, man, this big. I mean, this is big time basketball.
That's big time for sure.
Big time basketball. And so, the first half it was a lot of ebb and flows.
Mm-hmm.
Duke had brought in, Elton Brand had come in and Shane Battier and William Avery. You had Carrawell. You had some greats. Joe McLeod. I mean, it was a great basketball team.
Yeah.
We had Coda, Jameson, Carter, Jai, myself, Brendan Haywood, Michael Brooker, Terrence Newby. Great teams now. Some great teams across that board. So it was a tough game first half, and some ebb and flows, and then it was some things that needed to be done that to help us get out of that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, Dre? So, but lo and behold, before the game ended, we made sure that we brought out the sweet tea and fried okra and the butter biscuits.
Oh man, they got the butter biscuits too.
Yeah, the
Oh
butter
jeez.
biscuits, man. You gotta have the butter biscuits, Dre.
Ugh.
Butter biscuits. Carolina 97. Duke Blue Devils 73.
Ooh. 97-73. Good grief.
Yeah, that's a Max Owens. That's a Max Owens.
Oof.
24 piece.
Oof. Yeah, that's no good for us, man.
Yeah, that's fried
1v2. Golly.
Yeah, that's a fried okra. You get fried okra with that. Fried okra. You might get some fried apple turnovers.
Oh, you get you gave the turnovers too?
Yeah, you get some turnovers, Drake.
Oh man. Good grief. You say, well, y'all done bought so much, we'll throw in some dessert for you too.
Yeah. You bought some other in there. And so that's a 24 piece. That's a 24 piece.
Man, that's a hell of a way to end your Duke Carolina career at Carolina 4-0 with a dub.
That didn't end it.
Well, no, I mean in Chapel Hill.
Yeah. If you alluded to something earlier about point differential.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And you said what was it? What was it that year?
2010 was 42 total.
42. So you put the 24 that we won that game by, right? And then we came over to Duke, and we had dominated. We talked about this earlier. We had really dominated that game, and they came back to beat us right there in the end. And so they won 77-75. So you got to subtract 2. So that make 22, right? That make 22. But lo and behold, we go to that ACC tournament. Duke is #1 in the country, and Carolina is #4 in the country. And we remember what happened to us over there in Cameron. to be up 16 and lose that game. So we said we must show our dominance, if possible, against a great team, by a well-coached team as well. And so it was a difficult game. And so, but at the end of the day, it ended up being 83-68.
Ooh. 2 double-figure wins. So that's what, another 15?
Yeah, another 14.
15 plus 22? 37?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we still got you.
36 piece.
Yeah.
But the magnitude was different, Dre, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Number 1 and number 2,
one. Yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive.
So I'm gonna take that.
I don't blame you.
So what you got your senior year, man?
Senior year, we go into Carolina. It's the first one. It's the February game, and up 7 at half. Lose the second half by 15. Lose by 8. 74-66.
74-66.
Yeah. So not a good end to my experience in the Dean Dome. I remember that game. It was just, I don't know what was going on in the second half. We just couldn't get anything going in the second half. And for y'all to score 44 in the second half, we weren't playing on defense either. So not great.
So you
2-2.
2-2. That's not bad. That's not
bad.
Yeah. That's what I was over in Cameron, 2-2.
Yeah.
Probably should have been. I'm gonna say undefeated.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say because 75-77 when we were up 16, guys just but they won. You can't take. They did their job. They won. So I'm happy about that. We 2-2. And so where were you in Chapel? What were you in Cameron against us?
Cameron, I was 3-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, man. You're on the top side of that.
Yeah.
Top side of that. That's good.
So I think that, what was I, 6-3 overall? Because 3-1 in Cameron, 2-2, and then the 1 win in the ACC tournament. So 6-3. That's solid. That's really, I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah. I was 7-2.
Oof. Dominated.
Well, just had a job to do, Dre.
Yeah. I think that was the Hansborough senior squad was probably something like that too, because they were killing us.
Yeah.
I think they were 4-0 at Cameron.
Really?
Hansborough and them, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I was under the impression for a long time that I had only lost to Duke one time. I remember that senior year loss. Didn't remember that junior year loss as much. And like you said before, probably rightfully so. You know what I mean? But that senior year, that bothered me. But it was great to have an opportunity to right the wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And but it just shows you how dominant Duke was. I mean, both times that we played them, they were number one. Number one in the country. Number one. Both teams are top of their game.
Yeah.
Both the top 4 in the country at the time. So.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. And so now we can talk about the opposite end of that spectrum.
Yeah.
Where fast forward to current day, where both teams are not at the top of any standings anywhere, but still got to play the game tomorrow night. So, we'll start with you guys. What do you think about how you guys have been doing since we last talked, and what do you expect?
I mean, the tough part for me is that we played so well against you guys, and our freshmen really, they really stood up and played really well in that
Yeah.
competitive environment, and that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so, not having an opportunity to take that and 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 apply it to the next game, I think there was a COVID. There was a COVID. One team had COVID and wasn't able to play that next game.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I take that back. I'm wrong. Some of our players had gone out.
Yeah, yep, that's
That's
right.
what it was.
Yep, I
And
remember
so
that.
Miami, Miami did not feel comfortable playing the game, and so that was a pause for us. And then having the game against, putting the game together against Northeastern, they did relatively well. But then we got back into the ACC and just didn't perform the way that we would want to perform. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they competed, but there's things that have to be done each and every night, and it's still, like, for me, it's a maturation process for a lot of our players, as well as yours, because you're depending on a lot of
Yeah.
freshmen as well.
Yeah.
And so the positions that we're dependent on those individuals, they're still learning. They're still learning, and there's going to, it's really hard to get consistency from a freshman because they're still learning. So you can't be upset with them. So for me, I'm not upset with Caleb Love. I'm not upset with RJ and Walton. I think those kids are doing a great job, and just going out there and competing every night and trying to do what's asked of them to be a competitive basketball team. But it does show up each and every night for us because there's no consistency. There's no consistency in that regard. And so, hopefully, tomorrow night, we'll get those individuals that played over in Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
that hopefully will put us where we need to be. But it's going to be interesting. I still, Garrison Brooks is the key for us. Can he do what he did against you guys in Cameron? Can he get hurt in foul trouble? Can he get into those legs? Can we keep him from having one of those nights that we know that he's capable of having? And so, my game plan doesn't change anymore than it did before. But we know that we got to be better defensively, especially if we don't get the scoring from our guards as we did the first game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, our stories have been fairly similar. Just a bit of inconsistency. Had the 4 straight wins. We were looking good. Got a big win against Virginia. And then backed that up with a big win against Syracuse. So, we're on the right trajectory. But then, tough loss against Louisville in OT. Had a chance, if we get a rebound at the end of regulation, we get a chance to go down and win it. And then their point guard just kind of took over in OT.
Yeah.
So tough loss there. Then go down to Atlanta, play a streaking Georgia Tech team. Another tough loss in OT. Fought back to get it to OT. Didn't have Matt for like the last 6 minutes or so. He fouled out on kind of interesting call. We'll call it that. But yeah, man, I mean, Matt's been consistent, but everyone else has been a bit up and down. But Wendell seems like he's coming around, so that's good. And DJ actually, for a freshman has been pretty solid most of the time. So yeah, I mean, it's at 11-10, it's definitely a game we need to win. So. But the Duke Carolina game, man, it's always interesting. Like you pointed out, your freshmen have been inconsistent, but something about that game flicks a switch in some people, and they're a completely different person in that game. And you're like, he ain't done this, and I never seen him play like this. But then, yeah, exactly. But then, he sees those 4 letters across from him, and something goes off in his head, and he's just a different player, kind of like Love was in the first game. So hopefully, maybe we can get a guy like that tomorrow night. But yeah, it's definitely a must win for us. And I mean, for you guys too, you guys can't
Yeah,
really
we
lose too many.
yeah, we need to get a win. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
great to get a win, especially after the loss at Syracuse. Um, difficult game. Um, hopefully, we can eliminate the 3-point shot tonight. Well, not tonight, tomorrow, actually. And so, that's just a challenge. That's just a challenge that we have as a basketball team. But, as I always say, sometimes your best defense is your offense.
Mm-hmm.
And so the best way to maybe guard Matthew Hurt is to make him play defense.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because if he gets going, he could present a problem. But vice versa. If Garrison Brooks gets going, then he can create a problem. So it's going to be a good basketball game. It's going to be interesting to see, like we predicted before, how are the freshmen going to play?
Yeah.
The freshman guards are going to play. How are they going to play? For us, Walker Kessler has been doing a great job with the opportunity he's been getting in games. And so now you have another consistent big to throw in the game that could, oppose problems. But, if Kessler's on the floor, somebody else is off the floor.
Right.
That's what Coach Williams gets paid for, those difficult decisions and to make the right decisions at the right time, which he does all the time. Well, not all the time, but the majority of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's going to be an interesting game to watch and see how everybody performs.
Yeah. It's not the same as like some of the games you mentioned that you had, where it's 1 versus 4, super high, but it is still, high stakes for both teams. Both teams need wins. So, definitely still playing for things. All right. So prediction time. What you got?
Well, what did I predict last time? Did I predict 12?
I think it was double digits. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Well, what did the game end? I forgot. I didn't know.
4. You guys won by 4.
Need to go back into my Rolodex. I'm gonna go 11.
Oh, dang, man! Y'all getting us out of there like that?
I'm counting on home, Dre. I'm counting on home.
Okay, all right.
I'm going 11.
Okay.
And then I look at it. I predicted 12. It was 4. So even if I predict 11, it might be 3.
You'll take 3.
Hills win, baby. Hills win. If I go any lower than that, Dre, is going to go on the negative.
Yeah. I hear you.
Stay right in the pocket.
I hear you.
11.
I hear you. All right.
What you think? Hills win 11.
I'm gonna go a Duke win, obviously, and
you can go to the dark side now.
Nah, I don't know. We are animals with our backs against the wall, so that's when you're most dangerous.
For sure.
So I'll go Duke by 6.
Okay.
And I think Matt does his thing, and I think DJ Stewart has a really good game, gives us 16 plus, and we get a win, a much needed one.
Yeah. I think I'm thinking RJ Davis for us. RJ Davis is going to be big. I'm going with Garrison Brooks. Day'Ron Sharp is going to be Day'Ron Sharp. It's going to be interesting to see what Kessler does.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get an opportunity to play a little bit more this game. And I'm going to see what he does.
Yeah. The sharp guy is the guy who worries me, man, because we don't got nobody that looks like that.
He's a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, he's a man. I need to. We need to check that birth certificate because he at least 25.
Oh no. He raised right there. He raised right there in the eastern part of North Carolina, baby. That's what they do back there in that area, that Greenville area, that Pink Hill, and Kinston, and all those areas back down in there. You know, that's the way they breed them down there.
Yeah. That's they. He's a problem, man. We don't. We do have Mark. He is 7-footer, but he not. He got this way. He don't go this way. And Sharp goes this way.
He go this way and that way.
Yeah. So he's tough, man. I hope he enters into the draft soon, man, because I don't really want to see him for any more seasons after this, man.
Oh man, there's a lot of education left in that young man.
Tell him to take some online classes, man. We don't need to see him next year, man. I don't want to see him no more.
Well, I mean, you got Kessler too now, who's a problem, man. He's a problem too.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't need both of them. I don't need all them dudes playing against us for years to come. So get out of here, man. Go make some money somewhere.
Yeah. You know, if it fits, if the shoe fits, then he should. But if not, like he's enjoying his time being a student. He's an athlete.
Yeah.
But we love our little bull in China shop.
Yeah. He definitely is, man. He's a problem. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a fun game, man. May the best team win.
For sure. We love to get that clean sweep. Ain't nothing like getting a clean sweep. But you know, good luck to you, Blue Devils.
You as well. Not too much, but you know, just enough.
Oh man, yeah. I want y'all to have a great game. I do. But I want us to have an awesome game. Your great game is our awesome game. I'll take it every day.
I hear you, man. All right, man. That's all we got for today.
Well, I appreciate you again, man. I enjoyed this, and you never know, man. Maybe you guys after this game tomorrow, you guys keep winning. We'll keep winning. We'll see each other in the ACC championship.
Yeah, hopefully. That would be nice because we need a run in the tournament. But yeah, maybe after the game tomorrow, we'll see. We'll hop on the locker room, have a little chat after the game.
Yeah, check out the locker room.
Yeah, so you guys listening, make sure you download Locker Room, check us out. We'll be on there post game, and you guys can send some of your thoughts in. But it should be fun. I'm just hoping for a good one. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I want a good basketball game.
Absolutely.
And at the end, go Heels.
Nah, man. You know it's always go Duke. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
All right. Thanks, Dre.
Yes, sir.
I'll let you later.